You are an expert. You gotta be to write a book in a month. It took me 15 years to do the thing I'm talking about. I wrote 4 books, and it wasn't until the fourth one until I was able to figure this out. This is from me and my experience. I can't make any promises or guarantees. I am middle, as in I plot and pants. So, and I'm going to explain all this in the video. The first thing you need to know is basic, and you need to establish a safe place and processes, as in a desk in a quiet spot with no internet to sidetrack you. You have to talk to your family and say, between 9 and 3, do not interrupt me, no phone calls. I have to do work at this time. The place you pick have to be best for you. To me, an office, a desk is best, but for you it may be at a coffee house and on a computer. But for me, it's at a desk using fountain pens, because when I use pens, I write faster and it helps me get in the mood. So that's me. So what is your thing? That is what you need to figure out and do. And your family is kind of difficult, I know, because I have a family member who always calls me randomly. Once that happens, my focus is broken for at least 40 minutes. It's hard for me to get back into the flow of writing. The goal of this safe place is to help you focus. Focus on what you're writing. For me, is what the beginning step is for this entire process. Consistency. The goal is to write a book in 30 days. So you have to write every day, because you cannot be a writer if you don't write, and you are committing yourself to write in 30 days, and there is no way to do it if you don't write every day. Like, if you don't write, you don't make outlines, you don't think about it, then you are not writing, and you are not going to make progress. So doing it every day, sitting down doing it, is how it get done. There's no other way to do it. For me, I did my book in 2 weeks because I did it every day. Then after that, the draft is done. That is a heart of this concept, is binge writing. 3 is knowing where you are going. I did not make any progress in my writing until I compromised with pantsing. I started outlining and making a basic plot. That is the biggest thing that I done in my 20s that helped me finish books. Because before that, I would never finish a draft. I would get halfway done, and I could not think of the next step. And now doing the plotting is how I overcame that. When I pants, my book usually go a different way to a plot and story I didn't have in mind for the book when I began it. My writer's block went away once I had basic outline, as in beginning, middle, end, and a few things in the middle, and I was able to pants in between the gaps. And that is why I can finish now. And I started to finish the books. This writing every day, I was able to get books done in like 3 months. But next thing I did was I started to do writing about what matters. Remember, this is not about writing 20 books to make 50,000. This is to finish a book fast as possible, 30 days. And writing with passion was the greatest way for me to speed up and finish the book. Like a topic I can ramble on about for hours. If you use that as a topic for your book, I finished my first book this way. 2 weeks. Boom. And 12 pages in a day. Boom. Example, like, if you're into romance, that would be great. And that is a genre thing. Certain genres I find to be easier to write, faster, like action books, action adventures, because those books tend to be faster pace. One thing about using emotion is I came across this because writing tragic books or heavy crime books, those took longer because the emotion of those books are different. It made me struggle to finish because it's easier to work on a project that makes you happy for a month than sad and downbeat. This is easier to do because you have your safe place, writing with emotion, you're writing every day, being able to endure the process and not give up is easier. But when you write every day, you kind of help the endurance of the process, because the problem is there are going to be good days and bad days. The bad writing days follow the good days. Doing it no matter how you feel is important. A lot of professional writers write when they don't want to. If you struggle, that's okay, because I do that. The most common example is those days where I try to get 1 page, then that becomes 3, then that becomes 5. 5 is a minimum, but I'll take that. Every page is a win once you struggle. You just inch your way to your goal. You don't have to do 12 pages every day, but some days you have to finish in 40 days, because that is a key to finishing a book in 40 days. To do the 12 pages, you gotta enter a flow state, and struggle is the beginning stage of it. To overcome the struggle is hard because some days I can't write. I go for half a page, okay. Then I go outside, walk around, then I come back in. Then I get another half page. Then I go outside again, walk around, then repeat. That is the cycle of the whole day. And that is what I consider a bad day. The goal is to endure and to finish and to have something. Draft 1, you are just trying to get the story down. One of the important things for endurance of writing is also how you feel. So you have to get sleep, because those people who say you sleep when you're dead don't know what they're talking about. Because the cycle of flow, that is, you sit down and everything just happens, is how people finish a book in 3 days. And it's all about your mind and your body connection. And if you don't get sleep, you don't shower, you don't have downtime after writing, it's not going to come out of you. Whenever you get blocks and you cannot write, it's also mental and emotional. Even though you plan things out, you plot things out, that is like 60% of the problem, but the rest is your health and your mind. When you struggle, you have to endure the pettiness of it, like having to get up, go outside, and come back in, drink water, write some more. When you endure the struggle phase, that is when the flow state eventually kicks in. It may not be that day, but it could be the next day. You also have to take pressure off yourself. That also causes a block. That's why I say go 1 page at a time. It's only a page. Okay, draft 1 is done. So good luck, you did it. Editing the book, like self-edit. That is also part of the process. Okay, this is still a struggle for me, but one thing I figured out from a professional writer, he's nonfiction, but the advice is still valid, because I used to be involved in Tribe Conference, which I met, if we get to Jeff Goins, he was a Christian writer back in the day. but he just disappeared. And that how I met other people like Liz Wilcox, who is now famous for Survivor. That's odd. I still I still think about that. So the thing about editing is most people suck in a cycle of going over their books over and over again. That is because they don't have a process. Jeff talked about how his book is. What he did was every draft has a purpose. Like, first draft is to get it down. Second is to mend everything together, like passages that you like, but they don't have any connection to the book. You decide to delete them or somehow add them or trim them down. 3 could be like characterization. Then 4 could be dialogue. And then 5th is actual prose, the writing of the book, making it sound like a novel. And the next 3 could be like different professional editors, like line editing and so on. Then after that, you have like a beta edit. I found this to help me drastically because at draft 9, I know I've done everything I can because I self-edited the book. I had professionals look at it. I have beta people. So I have done my best. So there's no need to go over everything over again.